Hello, my name is Jorge Barquin, and I am the founder and CEO of PharmCorps. My company builds innovative solutions that use smart technology to help make healthcare practitioners more efficient in diagnosing and treating their patients. Our products actually provide a service to clinicians that no other company can, and that's something I believe was only made possible with the help of an incredibly talented team at Foxsense Innovations. I first heard about them from my co-founder, who praised their efficiency and their quality of work as they built and scaled his first few companies together. I was skeptical at first because they didn't really specialize in healthcare, and my software required an expertise in programming as well as clinical reasoning, medicine, and pharmacotherapy. It also needed to integrate with electronic health records, or EHRs for short. And this is the software that's used in hospitals today, and EHRs are notoriously difficult to integrate software with. So really, my agreement to get a quote from Foxsense was only made out of politeness. But looking back now, it was without a doubt the best decision I've ever made for my company. It took one conversation on our very first call to erase all of my doubts about Foxsense. And it wasn't related to the quality of work or the incredible rates that they provide. It was actually their CEO, Ramanuja, who on our first call was very intrigued by the opportunity, so much to the point that I felt like I was the one selling him a service. So eventually I decided to ask why a CEO is even giving a quote in the first place. And that's when I learned that his wife was a physician and he had a very intimate relationship with the problem that I wanted to solve. He knew the impact it was having on patients and doctors alike, and he wanted to help me fix it because it was the right thing to do. And that's what sold me. I actually just chose Foxsense because their CEO insisted that I gave him an opportunity to make the world a better place, which to me, it spoke volumes about his company because attitude reflects leadership. And with a CEO like that, I knew that the team he'd provide me with would bring value in a variety of ways and not just development. And luckily, it was only after that I discovered just how much talent was littered throughout the entire company. On our first meeting with the development team, I brought an Excel doc where I had already built the framework for my entire idea on. It contained a plethora of clinical information that the developers, of course, knew little to nothing about. And I told them that we needed to convert this Excel doc into a functioning EHR software application. The nature of my ask created two massive barriers in the form of knowledge gaps, actually. One of them was in clinical care, and another was in EHR interoperability. Many of my consultants urged me to hire experienced EHR developers for that reason alone. But as time went on, I noticed that they weren't just another team of developers that I had. They were hungry to learn, which showed me how important it was to them that what they built represented what I had in mind. And within a few months, they were integrating clinical content with EHR systems, displaying this level of efficiency and intellectual capacity that I still can't help but appreciate till this day. Foxsense provided me with a brilliant-minded and incredibly skilled team with a burning desire to see me succeed. And they're always willing to do whatever it takes to help. They're always available to answer questions, always willing to spend extra time on calls, and they even went as far as flying to another country for me. When you have people like that on your side, it's easy to believe anything can be accomplished. However, what I believe truly makes them special is this uncanny ability they have to understand your vision. They turn whatever your imagination can string together into a reality, and I cannot understand how they do it so well. When I have an idea, I explain it as best I can, but it's still an idea, so the best picture that I can paint for them is a blurry one. And as any team would, they'll actively listen and ask insightful questions until they've gained enough clarity to come back a few days later with exactly what I had in mind. But at some point, they started to know the project so well that they would add their own creative touch to it independently. And sometimes it added an extra function to my software. Sometimes it solved a problem that I couldn't even figure out. But no matter what, it would always fit perfectly with my vision. And a vision that no one else can really see yet. So to me, that ability to understand a client well enough to develop this shared intuition for their vision, that's what makes them irreplaceable. That's why they're the best. Their team has learned my vision so well that it's become our shared vision. and you simply can't put a price tag on that. So that being said, I'm very proud to say that I still work with Foxsense today, but I no longer view them as anything other than my friends. And that's a blessing to me. I can only hope that I am lucky enough to keep them around as long as possible. And if you're looking for a team that doesn't just build software, but builds relationships, then I urge that you consider them too. And if you're looking for a team that cares as much about your work, your vision, and your purpose as much as you do, then Foxsense is also the one that you're going to want to call. In just 2 years, they have taken my company from one person with an Excel document and $100,000 to a $10 million company with a team of 4 clinicians partnered with 2 major healthcare companies and building products that many in the industry agree will soon raise the standard of EHR software around the world. I'd recommend software to anyone I know. Apologies. I'd recommend Foxsense to anyone I know based on the simple fact that choosing them was the best decision that I ever made for my company and probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. Cheers, Foxsense, and thanks for everything.